Hey y'all, this is Goddess, your Afro engineer. How y'all doing around this COVID-19 and all this staying safe stuff? I just wanted to come at you guys right quick with just a couple of statements that I've been encouraged by lately through following some new people who are kind of shouting out the same thing. And it just made me feel good, strong, and sure of the platform that I stand on. So my audience is small. They got large followers, and I really can't name any of them because you know how them social media pages, I just like, follow, and if they got a good positive platform, I follow. And if they just advertising a bunch of junk, I unfollow. I don't have time for that. Too much is too much serious stuff going on right now. You're trying to sell me anything, but it's just as much commercials on Instagram now as on television, so they know what an audience is. So let me hit my points right quick. Let me get on into my points, and so we can get on with the show. First I want to shout out my Instagram and Facebook page. It's Goddess Afro Engineer, and I have a YouTube page, Silverhairfoxesexerciseandlifestyle. And so one of my topics that I've discussed before is bipolar issues. And as I stated, that I'm not a counselor, I'm in counseling. And I want this message to reach someone who's thinking about going to counseling or thinking that maybe I should be in counseling. It won't hurt to go and get yourself checked out if you're, in like a constant confusion, or you've been raised, I don't want to say abusive, but stuff could definitely be dysfunctional, or it just might be in your DNA that your synapses ain't popping the way everybody else's pop. And so if you are in counseling and you're on medication, stay on your medication. See, this was a major mistake I made during my 20s, 30s, and 40s. I wanted to feel normal like everybody else. And if you're feeling that way right there, that right there tell you that you need counseling for some kind of insecurity issues or something of that. Because what is normal for everybody? So therefore, how can you be normal like everybody else is when you don't know what normal is? So what I want for the future generation kids is to believe in yourself, go to counseling, stay in counseling. See, mental health issues are addressed differently today than they were during the 70s, 80s, and 90s. That it was a closet conversation. You got no support for being mental health. Child, that's just your nerves. Well, ain't that what I just said? Ain't we saying the same thing, but just in a different way? Oh, that's just your nerves. So what? But going to counseling was just not anything that my family or knew to tell me to do. You know, I was around plenty of crazy folks who should have been in counseling themselves. But if they didn't know that they really had a problem, they just passing it on, learning to you, and you, um, that was the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'll never forget the first time I went to counseling. Luckily it was the fall, so it was kind of cool because I had on a trench coat. I had my collar popped up. I put on a scarf. I had it tied around my chin. I don't know what I felt embarrassed about, but it was like, I need counseling. I mean, I'm mentally incapable. I look like a Detective Gadget going up in there. By the time I got to my fourth and fifth session, it was like all coats off, scarves off the head. I was, ready to go. Because, this lady had helped me out so much during those first 4 sessions. And, it was just kind of funny, to think back on. But, you go through that. And see, this is the stuff that I want to share with people, that you're not going to just hear it from everybody. It's not easy. But today, in 2020, this time period, this century, or whatever you want to call it, mental illness is addressed more openly, and I'm really glad for that. Ayanla has a wonderful, program where she addressed families and groups, mainly families, for disorders that generation taught, your mama generation, now your mama generation doing it to you, and you want to break those terrible chains. They're horrible, and you want to break them, and you might be the only one who wants to break those chains. You need strength, from a consistent source, so you can keep standing your ground, especially if you're bipolar, see, because we see people that take a strong platform and a strong stand. We don't know who's backing those people. I'm sure they have horrible days, but they got somebody maybe to stand them up when they feel crushed. No, your message is good. Keep trying. But then some people, it just seems like some people got that will and that fight, and they are out there doing it, on their own, and picking up the right group of people as they go along to build their brand and whatever. So everybody is not the same. And so I'm especially talking to bipolar people, because bipolar people are very creative. But see, the simplest negative statement or thing, will crush a person who's not very secure about themselves. And then that's where you're not getting anywhere with your life, or, you're not seeing a mission through. You give up on it too quick. And, that's why I dare to put it out there, because I'm still here, I mean, I get it today. It's never too late. It's never too late till the last breath is taken. For everybody regarding anything, nobody's ever going to know it all. And I really want my bipolar brothers and sisters to, if you can't afford counseling, get some self-help books, cassettes, CDs, whatever it is you kids listen to, about just being positive everything on positive. I put my daughter on blast all the time. She turned me on to sleep music, and you could do different sounds, and some of this music have affirmations given all the way through them, You listen to this type of stuff all the time, and it's going to take steps. It's not going to be overnight, because for my case, I'm like 60 plus years in the game of being this way, but I still got a lot to learn, and I'm willing to take those steps to get better. It's most definitely time and past time. I don't want you at 18, 20, and 25 feeling a strange way about yourself. I don't want that to happen to you. I want it to be better for you. So if you can't go to counseling, just grab a hold to all the self-affirming books and shows, following people who's giving positive affirmation, to you as much as possible, especially if you're trying to build a brand. But you might just be trying to get along with your family and finding it hard, that they just don't understand you, Get this, we'll talk about bipolar some more, on another video, because I got quite a few things, and so I want to spend some time on the silverhair foxes and what you're contributing to your community. And when I say your community, it's not just where you live, but it's your family. What kind of contributions are you making to your family? Because all the families are all spread out throughout to make up all kind of communities. So I don't expect for the silverhair fox to go up and down the street of the community you live in, trying to make a difference in everybody's lives. What I want you to do is draw close to your family and make a difference in their life. We ain't earned this silver hair for nothing. So hopefully by now you're retired and you got time to check on your grandkids and your great grandkids. And the one that seemed to be that problem child, get in there and help the parents to pray for that child. Get in there and show that you have concern for all the children, but let's especially talk about Leon. If he's in jail, well, how long is it going to be before he get out of jail, and what kind of plan do we have to show Leon tough love to get him on the straight and narrow street? Leon get out of jail and we give Leon everything, a welcome home party, and what is that about? A person that went to jail, okay, look. Okay, I almost went there. Okay, come back. Okay. But then the child that's right there with you working, they behind off, seeking your approval. You too busy giving all your attention to Leon, who just keep going to jail. For so many different reasons, I'm not even going to get into that. But if Leon can't stay out of jail, come on, somebody talk to me. Leon might like going to jail. So Look at the child that's there, the person that's there in front of you who's helping you through every day because they're concerned about your struggle and you giving all your attention to Leon. Silver hair foxes, I'm talking to you and I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you got to put tough love into action. Yeah, we concerned about Leon. Everybody concerned about Leon. But stop celebrating every time Leon get out of jail. Have a job ready for Leon. And go to work and start proving yourself. And thank that child or that person who's going through that muck and mire with you to keep afloat, to keep a good lifestyle afloat. Turn around and congratulate them for sticking it out with you while you're going through that. That's a real thing. And so the child who's trying to win your approval and get your attention, you ain't got no time for them because you're worried about Leon. I'm just going to put it out there and tell it like it is. Stop that junk. Your community starts with your family. And if you're retired, if you're not retired, but if you're retired, just make a few phone calls. Put it on your calendar to call. You blessed with a bunch of nieces and nephews and grandkids and stuff. Put it on your calendar in your memo scrapbook. Who I talked to today and what was it about? And get back with them. God has given us this time on earth to become silver for a reason. We have a commitment to our community. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Because if we don't do it, who's gonna do it? We're gonna let them learn all over again what we've done, learn the hard way like I did? Please. I'm not impressed with that attitude at all. Our attitude is to educate the generation behind us and the generation behind them. And let them know, yeah, you made it through trade school. You made it through trade school and you got your license. Okay, so now you can get a job. Okay, but before you start having kids, go for your bachelor's degree because you'll get a little bit further, with your bachelor's degree along with your license. See, because when you start going to work in a corporate and all that, there's different entry level jobs that, a lot of people don't know about. We need to educate them. You enter in with a technical license, a technical position, and then you can enter in with a degree position, and of course masters trump bachelors, and bachelors trumps associates, and then PhDs, of course, but you got a lot of people don't know this while they're young and got the strength and the energy to do it. They should not be learning the hard way like we had to. We could at least do that much for the next generation or two behind us. There's a lot going on this particular week. John Lewis died, and he marched with Martin Luther King, as you all well know. But that's what's happening today. So Barack was just speaking at the funeral, and I was listening. I said, my daughter came in the room and I said, "Not right now, honey, Barack is speaking." And I don't care. She said, what are you talking about? I said, I don't care if he reciting his ABCs. If Barack is talking, I'm listening. I just love to hear that man talk. So he hit on some things, and I was like, oh, yeah. So let me grab my camera right quick and do a little live while I'm motivated, by this man's speech, and motivated also as well as some things some other people was talking about. So leadership in the community, check. Okay, what's one of my other motivations? This right here, bipolar, check. This right here is all going to come under the heading of what people are protesting about, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, we got a lot of people out there protesting about a whole lot of stuff. And my opinion is that y'all kind of doing it the wrong way. That's my opinion. And I'm entitled to my opinion, and you're entitled to yours. Protesting can get out of hand so fast. And you can be in so much trouble from being out there protesting that it just ain't funny. Let me tell you. And it's so much. The Confederate statues need to come down. They want to go out there and pull the statues down. You need to get with your state representative to find out the right way to start petitions to have those statues and those statues taken down, because we all know that the statues are not being properly represented. These people who took and stole through lies, all those horrific ganging up on people, groups, designated groups is supposed to be okay for them to come at you 20, and it's only just you 1 or 2. Yeah, that's a fair number for a fight, ain't it? 20 to 2, 20 to 1. In my day, a fair fight was 1-on-1. Okay, so while you riding up on me in disguises and stuff, and jumping me, 20 to 1. Yeah, what chance does a person have like that? Okay, so you don't want to get out there protesting in the streets, because it's dangerous. We need to find out. We need to find out the legally through your legislator, representative, or whatever, and get petitions signed, get some people of power to stand behind you, and go at it that way. Don't go at it in a violent way. If you're out there tearing down, pulling down statues on your own, you're actually breaking the law. That's defacing public property. So you don't go at it that way. You go at it the right way. If you got time to, okay, if you ain't got time, make time. But if that's what you want to stand for, do it the right way. But don't start nothing that's gonna get people hurt. Okay. On the subject of protesting, I would like to see a change in the programs that are on television. I got 500 channels of programs to choose from, and 2 channels is dedicated to people of color. One of them is called Bounce Network, And another one is, I can't, the other one kind of escapes me right now. But 2 channels out of 500. That right there is TV producers locally and in Hollywood. Let's do this thing the right way. The TV producers locally, throughout the state, all the way across the nation into Hollywood. We need to tell y'all that it's the way you're representing people on television that has a great deal to do with the way some people think left-sided, and they can't think no other way, because you're showing minority people at a disadvantage all the time. That's why we can't see ourselves as leaders and business owners, because on television, and so some of you right now might be saying, well, turn your TV off. Well, you turn your TV off, and then you turn the TV off, and how long is it going to stay off? Turn your TV off and pick up a book. How long is that going to really last? I am being serious. I am serious about the way people really live. Everybody, 99% people got TVs in their home, and these producers are coming through the TV programming us to think a certain way, to see things a certain way. And if you never see people of color empowered, owning businesses, having other employees, you know what I mean? Just owning a business, any business, car business, furniture business, restaurant. You never show us as the owners. We always in the background, and then we be like in the back of the background. Ooh, there go a person of color way back there. Ooh, it's like 20 folks on the screen, and oh, there go a person of color right there. Woo, that's what you call that. 2% quota. Oh my God, I can't even get started on that right now because my time is almost up. But a lot of the laws that we still live under by today's standard are outdated. So if voting is important, yes. But your local town hall meetings and knowing who your representatives are is more important for the everyday things that's happening in your life. And if you see that other nations can come into America and buy up all the gas stations and all the nail shops, and Native Americans, can't get a decent loan without high interest rate, we got to come together. We got to come together and get legislation behind us to make those kind of changes. But if you are shopping at stores who like they got an attitude with you, but they got an attitude with the color of your skin, but they ain't got no problem with your green money, stop shopping at that store. Stop shopping at that store if they're not respecting you as a person, but they want your green dollar bill, y'all. Stop shopping there. Okay, that brings up my next subject, which is when businesses period have a product to offer the public. I still didn't say that right. When business owners of color has a business and a product that they sell into the community, be ready to sell that product, have it in stock, have a good vendor you can depend on, because baby, I have been in the position where I was trying to support a store where the owner was a person of color, and they give out of stuff, and it's like, well, when is the truck coming in again? I'm trying to give you my business. Will demand. See, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. You got to do your homework if you're going to start a business. And so therefore you need to have some kind of business class if it's just a short-term something. Get to know the right people who can help you form this business. Because when we want to bring our business to business owners of color, y'all got to be ready to meet the supply of the demand. And I've been in that position so many times. It's like I'm trying to give you my business, man, but if y'all can't keep the stuff in stock, it's something I gotta have. Time out for that. It is time out for that. With all this social media stuff, you can YouTube it and Google how to start a business. And do better than that. If you're serious about going for the long run, maybe you want to make some short-term money, and so you sell this product and then you run on to the next product. Maybe that's your thing. But I'm talking about these Walmarts on every corner. Where the mom and pop stores at anymore? These big name companies that done bought all the mom and pop stores. Now you see how it is? So I'm going to tell you, well, I'm not going to call them out like that. I'm not going to do that. I shopped and I saw some things, and I'll probably go back to that store. But when I go back to that store, I'm going to be aware of my surroundings. And if I see this particular situation happen again, I'm gonna be ready to talk to the manager, the owner of the store. I saw you treat these people of color a certain way, and you ran them out of your premises. But then when this guy, who was Caucasian, soliciting, you didn't run him out. Sometimes stuff happens so fast, it's like, did he just, so I'll probably go back to that store and, but I'm going to look for another store. I heard about another store that has a black owner, and I'm going to go check her out, and I hope she got some real good stuff, because, you need what you need, and if I have to go back to the other store, I'm going to be on the lookout for anybody if they be around me soliciting that day. Everybody gonna get their feelings hurt. Everybody gonna get told off, because you can speak up without starting a fight. And I'm not the one who's gonna be recording every little thing. I'm just gonna do it. And the last thing I would like for us as a people, if you want to protest about something, let's get up on that bandwagon about getting equal pay for women. Now I'm telling you, I'm hitting on subjects that I know about. And I hope this stuff makes some sense to some of y'all, and just those women who are still working, find out the job you're doing and what your counterpart, who may be a male, if he's doing the same job, find out and make sure that you are getting the same pay that your male counterpart is making. Because when I was working, they gave me hell about raising my pay and keeping my pay equal with my male counterparts. So therefore, I was a troublemaker. This is 2020. 2015, 2020. I'm a troublemaker because I want to make the same money that my male counterpart make, and I'm doing the same job and even better a lot of times. But I'm a troublemaker. So, you know, I'll probably come back and hit on a little bit more about the same things. But, I had to hit on this protesting stuff. People getting hurt. People are getting hurt. Y'all not doing it right. People getting hurt. I don't want to see nobody hurt. You don't have to get hurt. So I really had to, jump on that bandwagon. Equal pay is a serious subject because most women are single mothers raising their kids. What make you think they should earn less because they're a woman? That was a bill that was passed in the 1800s. These laws we live by today. But that's my time. And I'm Goddess, your Afro engineer. That's my platform. But back to my bipolar babies before I say goodbye. I'm going to see y'all later. And I hope that I am an encouragement to somebody. I love you, street creds. What they little saying? A-Town up. Can I throw some gang sounds? I'll see y'all later. Mwah, mwah, mwah.